Let's talk about that ending to 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple, and what that final scene could mean for the sequel. And obviously, spoilers for 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple ahead. The movie cuts between two storylines. You have Spike joining Jimmy Gang, and he is completely out of his element, while Sir Lord Jimmy Crystal, the Jack O'Connell character, espouses worshipping Old Nick, aka Satan, and just slaughtering anyone he finds. That's the nihilistic storyline, and then you have Dr. Kelson forming a bond with an alpha infected Samson, trying to discover if there's any humanity left within him, and there is. He speaks, and eventually he actually has memories of his past life. The movie ends with the two stories colliding. Jimmy Crystal kills Dr. Kelson, Jimmy Inc. overpowers Jimmy Crystal and then crucifies him. So the only ones left are Spike and Jimmy Inc., whose real name is Kelly. But then we get a final scene where it's revealed that Jim, the Cillian Murphy character from 28 Days Later, is still alive and still living in the quarantine zone. He's with a little girl who's presumably his daughter, and they see Spike and Kelly running away from a horde of infected, and they go to help them. Now, to know what this fully means, we have to go back to the ending of 28 Days Later. That movie ends with Jim, along with Selena and Hannah, escaping from the military installation and setting up shop at a small cottage, and then they see a plane fly overhead. They set up a banner reading hello on the hillside, and it's kind of an optimistic ending. It seems like the plane is going to catch them. They're all smiling. The final line is Selena asking, "Do you think they saw us this time?" But the ending of the Bone Temple shows that they must not have rescued them. Maybe they were worried they were asymptomatic carriers. They didn't want the infection spreading, so if you were in the British Isles when the infection broke out, you were just stuck there. Now, it's already been confirmed that Sony has greenlit 28 Years Later Part 3, so we're going to get the conclusion to this trilogy, and we might have an idea of what it's going to be about. 28 Days and 28 Years director Danny Boyle spoke with IndieWire about a conversation he had with Bone Temple director Nia DaCosta about where the franchise could go, or what she thought it was about. And according to him, she said, "Well, I think the first one is about the nature of family, the second one's about the nature of evil, and the third one is about the nature of redemption." Now, who's getting redeemed here? Because I do think it's worth noting that Spike has had some really terrible patriarchal figures in his life. 28 years later, he becomes disillusioned with his own father, and then the Bone Temple sees him with Sir Lord Jimmy Crystal, who is just a psychopath. But I think Jim is finally going to become an actually decent father figure within Spike's life. But what if the redemption isn't necessarily about Spike, but Jim? We don't see Selena or Hannah in the final scene. I think we can assume that Jim and Selena had the daughter together, but we don't see them. Maybe they're just like off foraging for something. Or what if the two of them died? It's been 28 years, a lot can happen. What if Jim is the one seeking redemption? Maybe he failed to save Selena and Hannah, but he sees an opportunity to give Spike and Kelly new leases on life.